Hi everyone, and welcome to Sapphire Steel, the audio stories, season 1, story number 1, The Passenger, where I just go a little bit more into detail on the storyline. Story starts with Mr. Philip Burgess on an empty platform. He runs into a conductor. I'm going to presume this is the conductor of the train, and that conductor is Time. He's moaning about his train that hasn't turned up, and he gets on board a substitute train, a steam train. He is shortly joined by Sapphire and Steel. Sapphire has already deduced that there is something rather peculiar with this particular steam train. The carriages have different time zones: 1938, 1982, 2004. There is a mist outside, and there is practically no time outside. Every so often, the train stops to pick up passengers from different times. Steel runs into a little girl who disappears. Sapphire also runs into the little girl, and she is able to analyze her. And she finds out that the girl is in fact dead. She has been lifted out of time. And that is the case with all the passengers apart from Mr. Burgess. They've all been lifted out of time. They are all ghosts. And Mr. Burgess has a guilt factor, something from his past. Now, this is what Time uses. It's not the trigger, it's what it uses against him, and he becomes more guilt-ridden as the story goes on. He becomes convinced he has killed all these passengers. Totally impossible. And of course, time is affecting them. They all think that Mr. Burgess has killed them. So, we are then introduced to Gold, who boards the train. Gold is a technician, and he's a bit more flamboyant, roguish, unlike his counterpart Silver. Now, Sapphire and Steel discover the trigger that is being used. The trigger is in fact a book being carried by Burgess. It's a murder mystery story set on a train. And, well, this is being used by Time. Time is masquerading as a conductor on this train. Now, Gold conducts his own confrontation, you could say, of this conductor a couple of times, and the second time doesn't go down very well for him. He gets trapped in Burgess's book because Gold is the random element. He's there for a reason. He's been summoned there by Steel. So the upshot of the story is that Sapphire eventually helps Gold to escape the book. Gold in turn helps Mr. Burgess to overcome his past guilt, while Steel is trying to slow down the passengers who are heading straight for the front of the train where Burgess is. In fact, he's on the actual train itself, the train cabin. And so there we go. And of course, it is Gold who saves the day, and everything is corrected. The passengers are returned to their own time zones, where unfortunately they passed away due to this and that. Burgess is back on the platform waiting for his train, having a little chat with Gold, and Sapphire has already got hold of the trigger of Burgess, the book, and has destroyed it. I could have gone into a bit more detailing there, folks, but I don't want to go on and on and on. So that gives you a bit of an idea of the story. It's definitely a classic Sapphire Steel story. Now, some of these are different. I would call them more modern stories, or even a mixture of classic and modern together. But this one clearly sits in the era of classic Sapphire and Steel. 10 out of 10, great story. And I will catch you next time on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.